Okay, here we go. We're gonna try this again. I was going live from my computer and I wasn't getting sound for whatever reason. Let's see here. Okay, let me see if I can get on here. All right. Yeah, you can hear me now. I'm just going from my phone right now. I had my computer hooked up, but I guess for some reason I had my headphone connected, and when I unhooked them, it wasn't coming on. Okay. All right, what's going on, everybody? Dom, what's up, man? Good to see you on here. Everything's good, man. Everything's good. Good to see y'all on here. Yeah, I just tried to go live a second ago, and I don't know what happened. The microphone wasn't working. I guess I got to reconnect it because I had it hooked to my other computer. So when I went on my laptop, the sound audio wasn't coming on there. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit today about assets versus liabilities, because that's a real important thing. 8.5 thousand subs. Yeah, man. Getting close to that 10,000 mark. Trying to hit it. All right. Assets versus liabilities. Who thinks a vending machine, or now let me ask the question differently. Do you feel like a vending machine is an asset or a liability? Y'all leave me a comment down below what you think. Comment what you think. What is a vending machine? Is it an asset or is it a liability? I want to see what kind of comments. I'm going to read my comments over here rather than having to scroll on my phone. A liability. P64 says a liability. Daniel says both. Okay, why do you think it's a liability? Tell me why you say a vending machine is a liability. And those of you who are saying both, tell me why you say it can be both. I want to know what you think. Is a vending machine an asset or is it a liability? And tell me why you feel like it's whichever one you say. The entrepreneur dad said an asset while insured. LOL. Are you sure? It's an asset while insured? So if it's insured, that instills it to be an asset just for having the insured vending machine. If someone chokes or peanut allergy. By the way, big fan here. Appreciate the streams. Okay, it's an asset. Why is it an asset? Why is it a liability? It's an asset for sure. Okay. An asset is something that makes you money. Something that is cash flow positive. Where a liability costs you money. So just the vending machine in general, just the vending machine alone, it's nothing. It's neither one. It's a liability if you bought it and it's just sitting there. It's the money that you've invested in it. It's nothing. But if you have it placed in a location that's actually making money for you, more money than it's costing you to put the products in, more money than it costs you in gas to go there, your time investment to go there. For those of you who pay commissions, as long as you're making more money out of the machine than you're investing in it with time and other money, then it becomes an asset. If you're not making money out of it, then it's a liability because it's sitting there, it's not making you any money. So anything you get into, doesn't really matter what it is, whether you can have a house. Is a house an asset or a liability? Y'all leave me a comment if you feel like owning your own house if that's an asset or if that's a liability to own a house. Because this is real important in any business you get into, especially in the vending business. You have to know what your assets and what your liabilities are, because it can break down and repair depression. It's an asset for sure. Dominic says it's an asset for sure. Okay. It's an asset, not necessarily for sure, only if it's in a location that's making money for you. If it's sitting in your garage or in your room or your closet or it's not making money, it's a liability because you have that money invested that you paid for that machine, unless you got the machine for free somehow. Then it's a liability because it's taking up space. You have money invested in it. It's not making anything into your pocket. So we definitely want to create a cash flow. You want to find a location that is definitely making more money than you're putting in each month. Or if it's a bulk machine, maybe every 2 months you're checking it. But you definitely want to be making more than what you're putting into it. A house is an asset, my guess. No, owning a house to rent out is an asset. Exactly. It's like a small scale rental property. Pretty much. Okay. The vending machine is still an asset. If it isn't making you money, the vending machine is still worth something. It is. Okay, Alexa say it's still worth something. But it's still not an asset because it's not making you money. It might not be a liability, but it's not an asset unless it's making you money. It's just something you have there. And if you paid for it, it is a liability because that's however much money you put into that machine that is sitting there, not making anything back. It's just sitting there. That could be money invested in something else that is making money. So if it's not making you money, it's costing you money, which is a liability. Now I'm going to go back to what I asked earlier about a house. If you own a house, owning your own house, owning a house is a liability. It in no way is an absolute asset. No way at all. Unless you're making money from it. Because even owning your own house, I own my own house, which means I don't have to pay mortgage every month. The only thing I have to pay is I have to pay my insurance. I have to pay property taxes at the end of the year. I have to pay utilities. But I don't have a mortgage because I own it. But it's still a liability because it's money that comes out of my pocket. It's not making me money. If I Airbnb my guest room and, I let people live there and it made me money, then it's converted to an asset. If I buy a house and I rent it out, it's converted to an asset because it makes me money. But it's the same thing with your vending machines. If you have vending machines, a lot of people will go out and buy a lot of vending machines, and when they get started, they ask me questions. Mike, what should I get into? What type of machine should I start with if I wanted to start a vending business to make some side money? And if you go out and you buy a whole bunch of machines, some people want to go out and go gung-ho and buy a whole bunch of machines in the beginning. And then they sit there and they get 1 or 2 placed, and then they have like 20 machines sitting there that's not making them any money. So you want to get those machines out. Sometimes you'll get discouraged. I tell people who are starting, start with one, start with a couple, work your way from there and build your way up to see if you like it. It doesn't matter which type of machines you want to get into. If you want to get into bulk machines, if you wanted to get into full line snack and soda machines, arcade machines, whatever type of machines you want to get into, ATM, if you want to get into honor boxes, either one is good. It creates an asset once you put it out on a location. Once it's sitting in your garage or your patio, it's not making money. It's a liability because it's money that's invested there that's not turning profit. So definitely try to get out there. A lot of people want to know what type of things to say when you go into locations to try to get a location. It depends on what type of machine you're trying to get located there. But if you have a variety, that would be my suggestion to people, is to have a variety, offer a variety. And if you go into a place and you ask the people if they're interested in having a vending machine in there, and they ask you what type of machines you have, maybe you have some kind of portfolio of the type of machines you're dealing with, whether it's bulk or soda or snack machines, combo machines, whatever you're dealing with. You take your portfolio in there. If somebody wants a specific type of machine, maybe you can find that machine. It makes more sense once you have a location for somebody already requesting a certain type of machine to go and look for that type of machine because you already know you have the location. get that machine, get it placed, and you already have converted to an asset. But let me take a look over here at some of these comments because I know that some people just aren't really sure of what's what. I know a lot of people mistake an asset for a liability and a liability for an asset. So, Mark, what's up, man? Always staying busy, definitely, man. Always trying to make that next move to move up. Let me see here. Let me answer some of these questions here. What would you recommend for getting started in the vending machine business? Yeah, I was just talking about that. It really depends on what you want to get into. It depends on where your financial start is. What kind of capital do you have to invest? My buddy Mark Saito from Sharks Vending, he's on here, and he actually bought into a route. He bought a bunch of routes from people that were already existing, and he had a little more capital to start with. So he just went out and bought the locations that were already set up. He got the key and he bought himself a business. But me, I did it different. I went out and I started with one machine and I got it placed, and then I went out and got more and more and more and kept adding, and I got all my own locations. And recently I bought a location from a guy, a full line machine, but I got into full line machines after doing the small ones, and then kind of branched out into different machines to see what type of machines do the best in vending or what I would have the best experience with. And I always try to share them with everybody on here because I never know who wants to get into what. And I'm always looking for what the best asset is in the vending business. What it seems to be for me is soda machines so far with what I've been dealing with. The soda machines seem to do the best. Snack machines can do well in the right locations, especially next to a soda machine. But when you deal with the snacks, you're always dealing with stale ratios and products that can go bad, expirations. When you go to Sam's or Costco or BJ's or wherever it is that you go to buy your products, make sure you always look to the back, because in the front, they'll put the products that are about to expire the fastest. So you always want to check, because you don't want your stale ratios to exceed what's making you money. So I always look to the back, and sometimes there'll be like a 2 or 3 month difference. And I try to get those expiration dates that are a little further away. But you definitely want to you always want to increase your chance of creating as many assets as possible and avoid those liabilities. So that even starts when you're at your grocery store, wherever it is that you're going to buy your products. Make sure you check those dates. Make sure you get those machines that are ready to go out, because if you have them just sitting there, like I said, they become liabilities. Labor intensive, only liability. And I say that only because it's not labor that can be factored in. It makes up for it in checking your bills, star notes, etc. Yeah, that's definitely a good way to improvise on the business. It's like a hustle within the hustle, being able to find special type of bills that can actually really be worth something. Let me check over here. I'm looking over here because it's a lot easier to look at my comments. What are the most common reasons for abandoning routes, machines on that route? A lot of time I've gone into places and seen machines that have been abandoned from people, and a lot of times some people just feel like different people have different reasons. Sometimes people move to different places. Some people just get tired of the business. Maybe it's not making as much money as they feel like they want it to make. Like I say, you're not going to get rich off of a gumball machine, but if you put up enough of them, you can create a nice little substantial income. I wouldn't recommend spursing them out all over the place, because then you're just going to get frustrated. You're going to be driving all over for a few dollars and quarters. That really doesn't make a lot of sense unless you just have some really special good locations, which does happen. But if you can saturate an area that's really, really close, a lot of businesses, then it makes sense, because you're not wasting a lot of time driving all around. You're just going kind of like from business to business all down one road, or even in plazas. That's why I like to go to plazas a lot. And I'll take a lot of my bulk machines and I'll try to place them into a location where I already have my full line machines, where I have snack and soda machines. But definitely feel like the soda machines are probably one of the best that I've had my best luck with. Jamie Farnsworth, what's up, man? Totally spaced out on calling last night. Yeah, that's cool, man. I know, man. We're entrepreneurs, so that happens, man. We always get caught up. Never enough time. Okay, let's see here. Let me catch up on some of these comments. I used to be in the business with coin operated laundry equipment and they made money. Yeah, Victor Nichols, he's a friend of mine. He's up in Michigan, I want to say, and he's got a YouTube channel about how he got his laundromat. So I've been thinking about definitely trying to figure out something, getting a space maybe with some laundry machines in there, washers and dryers, and putting some arcades in there. I've been speaking about trying to get an arcade, some kind of arcade spot up and running, and that may be one of the solutions. That's definitely something I've been contemplating. Maybe something like a laundromat and just place the arcades in there. But we're gonna see how that comes out. Uh oh, somebody sent me a $5 super chat donation. Veteran vending, $5. I appreciate that $5, man. Thanks a lot. Always awesome to see those donations on here. So thank you very much. Definitely appreciate it. What do we have here? If you're a coming up influencer or music artist and you buy hyped clothes or jewelry, eventually that will help build up your character which will eventually make you money, right? Yeah, a lot of time it's about your are you marketable? You know, what are the things that it takes to be marketable? And a lot of time your look is one of the main things that goes along with marketability. So definitely the clothes you wear. Do you wear a brand that's already made, or are you branding yourself? Are you selling your own brand? Things like that. So yeah, those things can definitely create something for you. You get a following. A thing that I was talking about last week was a lot of people who do decide to start YouTube channels, because even though my channel is about vending, and vending and making money from the vending business, I also make money from my YouTube channel. So it's a lot of people out there who also have been inspired to start their own YouTube channel. I'm seeing a lot of these vending machine channels come up. A lot of people starting their own vending business and starting a YouTube channel to break down their journey through the vending business as well, which is awesome. But when you're on YouTube, you don't have to get millions and millions of subscribers. Obviously, you want to get the most subscribers you can get, because you know it shows people are watching your content, and that's good. But to really make money on YouTube, you don't really need like millions or even hundreds of thousands of subscribers. If you can get a following that follows you and believes in your brand, and you can create something that you can sell, you know, whether it's a course, an audio book, whether it's merchandise, clothing, something, whatever it is that you have to sell. If you can get 1,000 true subscribers or viewers or followers that believe in your brand, to spend in the course of a year $100 on your channel, that's less than $10 a month. It's like $9 a month or something like that. $9 a month to spend with you, 1,000 people over the course of 12 months, over a year. Just $100 from each 1,000 people. That's $100,000 in a year. If you get 2,000 people to spend $50 with you, or 4,000 people, 4,000 subscribers that can spend $25 with you in a year, not a month, in a year, you've already reached $100,000 gross. Now, obviously, YouTube takes out their cut for whatever it is, or it depends on how you're selling it, because you're going to get advertisements on there as well. You're going to make money through there as well. But just figuring out what it is that you have to offer that you can brand out and sell to the people who are avid followers of your brand and your channel. And if that's in vending, it could be something as simple as maybe listing machines. A lot of time I tell people, if you want to get started in the vending business, you don't have to go out and buy brand new machines. You can go on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace pages. You can go on OfferUp, Let Go, like so many sites that you can go on and check, eBay, and you can buy machines used. But if you want to get brand new machines and you want to start, you don't want to deal with the hassle of getting any machines that don't work, or having to put new keys and locks or drill or clean it or scrub it or have to deal with the issues of that. And maybe you spend just a little bit more money, but you get a brand new working machine. You don't have to spray paint it, clean it, do anything. You have it already ready to go up. It's not going to invest more time, money, anything that you have to do to fix it up. You could buy brand new machines, which that helps a lot too. And I place those in the description section below on a lot of my videos because it's an Amazon affiliate. If somebody buys a machine after clicking on one of those, then I will get a small commission from it. But it's just another way that you can make money on YouTube if somebody decides to go that route. I sell stickers because a lot of people need stickers. And these aren't things that are really like going to make a lot of money, but it's just another form of income that goes along with YouTube and the brand. So if anybody wants to make shirts and sell shirts with their brand on it, hats, cups, posters, like there are so many different types of things that you can get into. But now you're creating assets for your brand rather than liabilities. And it's good to make the YouTube videos. And if you get enough views on videos and you can reach enough people, then the advertisements do make a nice little chunk of change. But it's just another thing that goes along with it. The thing is, you want to try to figure out how to create more and more revenue through whatever your brand is. And if you're starting a YouTube channel, it doesn't have to be about vending. It could be about anything that you have. Okay. It could be about anything that you have going on, anything that you like to do, and just figure out a way to create a financial income off of it. Uh-oh. The Entrepreneur Dad, $10 donation, super chat. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it, man. He says, a lot of the folks who inspire me, including yourself, are in this chat. Awesome, man. I know it's frowned upon, but I would appreciate a shout out for my Entrepreneur Vending channel, trying to get to 100 subs. That's awesome, man. The Entrepreneur Dad. The Entrepreneur Dad just donated $10. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Y'all go check out the Entrepreneur Dad. He started a YouTube channel. Let's see if we can get him past his 100 subs. Definitely want to see more people succeed. Who else has a YouTube channel on here that they're trying to get going? Because I remember when I was trying to get my first 100 subscribers, because I started my channel in the end of 2017. And back then, the regulations were you only needed 100 subscribers to get to where you could advertise and monetize your channel. So my goal was to get 100 subscribers and 10,000 accumulated views. And right before I hit it, they changed it on me January 1st, 2018 to now you needed 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of accumulated watch time. So it just made my journey that much further. So I remember when I was starting that I had that far to go. And you'll get there, man. It just takes consistency. You have to upload on a regular basis. I was uploading 3, 4, 5 times a week sometimes in the beginning. Didn't really know what I was doing about the video at all. And I'm still just learning a lot of stuff. But yeah, y'all go check out the Entrepreneur Dad. Show him some love. Y'all subscribe to his channel. Tell him Mike G sent you. Okay, let's see here. What type of hair gel do you use? I actually just got out of the shower, so that's just water still. My hair stays pretty wet for a while. I don't use gel too much. Sometimes I put like oil. Let me see here just to keep it healthy. Keep doing your thing. You speak the truth, bro. I try, man. Definitely, I just get sharing my experience with everybody about assets and liabilities. I read a book by Robert Kiyosaki. Not sure how many of you know about the book, but it's a pretty popular book. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he spoke a lot about liabilities and assets. And I grew up with parents who they were involved in real estate and things like that. So, just being around it as I got older, I wanted to figure out. They both worked full-time jobs, but they had other things going on as well as far as real estate. And I always had my mindset, even as a kid, before I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, before it even came out. I always had a mindset to want to hustle and create multiple streams of income. But you definitely want to try. You don't only want to work a 9 to 5 job or work 40 hours a week or more and try to sustain a living off of that. You want to take whatever you're making from those jobs and try to invest it in something. And that's why I like to invest in vending machines, because I know in the beginning it's an initial investment. You have to buy the machines, the products, and get them out going. But once you get them out, then all you have to do is go and fill up the machine with your product, collect your money, and if you list the products at a profitable price, you have no choice but to make money. Once you make your money back from the initial investment, which you don't only have to just place the machine and wait months for it to come back to you. Maybe you could buy a couple of machines, maybe buy like 10 machines and sell half of them, make your money back. Just find you a good deal and boost the price to double what you paid for it and sell 5, make your money back, and go place the other for free pretty much, except for the product that you put in. And once you make your money back on your product, if you can double or triple your product, you're already profiting on that first collection. You've made your money back because you didn't spend anything for the machines, and now you're making money back already because you're doubling or tripling your money on your product. And that's if you're dealing with bulk. If you're dealing with the honor boxes, those things are cheap. You go buy your candy, and within the first, depending on what kind of location you get, you're going to have theft rates and things like that. But usually in most places, you probably would do pretty good. If you deal with the soda machines, that might take you a little longer to make your money back. But the good thing is you make more money on the collections. But, you just have to weigh the pros and the cons. You're going to invest a little bit more to buy a soda machine. Or maybe you'll buy a route that's already established and then you pay a little more. But then you got to kind of play with your products and see what are the type of things that sell the best in this particular location. Uh-oh, hold on a second. I'm missing something here. Okay. But yeah, you just got to kind of play with your prices. And once you figure out your price ranging, you get your prices right, and you find out what are the products that are selling the most versus the ones that are selling the least. You want to get those out of there and get some better products in there. And my advice would be to speak to the people in the location, speak to the employees there, the people who actually use your machines. Speak to them and ask them what type of candy or what type of products, sodas, drinks, snacks, what are the type of things that they like the most, and what type of things would they like to see in the machines. And if you do that, you can kind of switch things. You can switch a bad location into a better location or even a great location. The BMW location that I got, I've been trying to switch a few products around already. I haven't had it that long, but already in the month or so that I've had it, I've gone in there, I've spoken with some people. Every time I see people in the break room, I ask them what are the type of things that they like. What do they get out of the machine? I kind of want to know who likes what, who's spending what in my machine. And when I go there, they're familiar with me as well. So they're more likely to use my machine. Just being friendly goes a long way. And once I find out the type of things that people like, then I know, okay, I can put this type of snack in there and it's going to sell. And then you just got to kind of play around with it. But the machine only becomes an asset when you figure out how to make the most money out of it. If it's sitting in your living room or your garage or your attic or your basement or wherever you're at, your patio, then, like I said, it's become the liability because the money you have invested in it is just sitting there. It's not flipping money for you. But you want to put your money to work for you. You make money from your job, whatever it is. Maybe you're trying to get away from your job where you're working at. You make your money in your job and you take a percentage away to pay your bills, to pay the things you need to pay. But then you take another little percent. You take a 10% away and you take that 10% for you. Because everything that we're making when we work for somebody else, a lot of time that money is not our money. That money goes to somebody, whether it's going for your car note, whether it's going for your apartment, your house, wherever your living facility is, your food, your bills, your phone, your Wi-Fi, Just whatever it is, your money's always going to somebody else. So you want to try to pull 10% of that off the top. And don't wait till you pay everything to try to pull the 10% because you'll never have it. You want to take that 10% right off the top. If you make a $500 check, 10% of that is $50. You want to pull that $50 out and you want to put that $50 up for you. And whether you're going to split it and put half in this and half in this, maybe half goes in a savings account, another half of that goes into an investments account. So you put 25 in the savings and you put 25 into an investment where you're going to invest it into something else, whether it's a vending machine or whether it's a shirt press machine or honeybees or flipping cars or houses or whatever it is that you want to invest it in. You take half and put it in savings and maybe you invest that in some kind of bonds or stocks. And then the other half, you invest in something that's tangible that you're going to flip. And then you, out of that other $450 or that 500 example I made, then you pay your bills and you live off of that and you do what you need to do with that. But at least you've created a base that you can build something with. And with that base, like I said, vending machines is just one of the things that I like to invest in because I see that it turns and flips a profit. And it's not like an amazingly quick, fast profit if you don't have a lot of machines. If you hit the more machines you have, then you'll make more. But you can't get into it thinking that you're all of a sudden going to just be able to quit your job and not do work and not put in work, that you're just going to be able to live off of that with just a couple machines. Unless you just have some kind of spectacular, crazy location. I'm not saying it can't be done, but the odds are it's not. But you want to keep flipping that money because you want to get to the point that you create enough streams of income that if one day the economy crashes and you lose your job or your wherever you work goes out of business and you don't have that source of income for whatever reason anymore, because nothing lasts forever, you have multiple streams to fall back on. You have 10 other streams of income that are coming in regularly. You don't have to worry about it. So that's the whole point of what I wanted to talk about versus an asset versus a liability. A lot of people take their money and they just buy stuff. You know, you buy a liability. You buy something for your house that's nice. You buy something, you put it up, and it's just stuff. It's not making money. A lot of times those things are liabilities. A lot of things we buy, we don't really need them. It's just a waste of money. Take that money, buy something that's going to be an actual asset, something that's putting your money to work for you like an employee, that's flipping your money. And then with that, you take that money and then you go buy the things that you want to buy, you know, because now you've created something that's a revenue wheel, a revenue cycle that is bringing money and putting money in your pocket. So the vending machines can do that for you. It can be that source of regular income. And if you have enough of them, you can actually make a nice little amount of money. But you have to start somewhere. Let me roll over here. Okay, let me check out some of these comments so I don't fall too far behind on the comments. Okay, what do we have here? Just filled up my Vendstar today. Okay, awesome. Love your channel. Learned a lot. What's up, man? Okay, I already subbed to the Entrepreneur Dad. Okay, Entrepreneur Dad. Y'all go check out the Entrepreneur Dad. He's trying to get his channel going for people just coming on. Y'all go sub to the Entrepreneur Dad. He's got some vending machine videos over there. Y'all tell him Mike G from Chrome Vending sent you. Leave him a comment. Tell him Mike G sent you. Okay, let's see here. New subscriber for the Entrepreneur Dad. Okay, we got a few for the Entrepreneur Dad. I see a lot of people in here going to check out the Entrepreneur Dad. You never know what you're going to learn. I like to talk to any type of entrepreneur I can talk to. It doesn't have to be vending. It could be about any type of business, because people who are entrepreneurs have a certain type of mindset. They're looking for the most perfect asset. And most of us, we're looking for one that's more passive than active. And sure enough, you do have to create, you have to do work. You have to put in the active work until you create something larger. And then the active work that you put in can kind of die down a little bit. And then it becomes more passive once it's already fruitful and it's already creating something. But I like to talk to all type of entrepreneurs. I like to learn from every type of entrepreneur because everybody has their own method and different things that work. And you never know what you're going to learn from another entrepreneur. So y'all go check out the Entrepreneur Dad and see what he has to offer over there. DJ Destiny, one of my favorite channels. Thank you for all of the info and positivity. Blessings to you in 2019. Awesome, DJ Destiny. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Y'all do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button while we're here. Let's see here. The average millionaire has 6 to 8 different incomes. The average, get y'all hustle up. 1000%. Definitely. You definitely want as many as possible. Someone like Damon Johns, the guy who started FUBU, the clothing line, and he was on the Shark Tank, billionaire. He's got like almost 200 streams of income. So, you know, when you get to that type of level, it's just crazy. Someone like Oprah Winfrey has multiple, over 100 streams of income. Like, people like that have all type of things going on. Okay, let's see what we got here. Taking my next month's collection from my route and investing into a powder coating equipment to create another stream of income. Plus, will powder coat vending machines I'm refurbishing. Okay, awesome. See, everybody's got different ideas of what they can do to create multiple streams of assets. Y'all leave me a comment down below. What type of assets are you creating for yourself right now? What type of business do you have for yourself other than your active income job? If you tell me, if you're an entrepreneur and you're on here watching and you actually have a job where you go to work for someone else, but you're trying to create something on the side, leave me a comment down below. Where do you work? Where do you work for somebody else? And what are you doing on the side to create another form of income for yourself so that maybe possibly one day you can get away from that job and only work for yourself? But Reyes the entrepreneur is messaging me over here. Okay, let's see here. Let me scroll back over here. Uh-oh, my man Reyes just dropped me a $10 super chat donation. I appreciate it, bro. Y'all go check out Reyes the entrepreneur. The man over there, he offers awesome advice on all type of hustling streams. The man's a born hustler. Y'all want to go check out a channel for entrepreneurs? Go and check out my man Reyes the entrepreneur. If you've never checked out his channel, you have to go check it out. Tell him Mike G sent you in the comments. Definitely got to go check out Reyes the entrepreneur. Mike, check the picture I sent you on Facebook Messenger. It is funny. Okay, let's see what he's got here. Okay. He sent me it's a photo of a SpongeBob. And it says, but Reyes. I like that, man. That's funny. Yeah, that's a good one, man. Let's see what we got here. Richie Rich. Hey, Mike, did you ever make an update video on that giant apartment? CKM. Which one? The one where I got the are you talking about the apartment complex where I have my combo machine, or the one where I'm trying to get the soda machine from the Pepsi-Cola company? I do have a lot of videos on the apartment where I have my combo machine, and I had an issue when I went in there Sunday. I did a little collection. I got to work on getting the video up. I did a collection on Sunday. The soda machines, the soda part of that combo machine, the combo machine, for those of you who don't know, is the snacks up top and the sodas on the bottom. All the snacks are selling good. I also have an entree on the side with more snacks in it. But my sodas on the bottom, my drinks, for some reason, when you put the money in, the terminal is only turning a quarter. It's not turning even halfway. It's turning a quarter and then a quarter for it to come out. So I have a terminal in the back and a terminal in the front. So the terminal's facing up in the back, is facing down in the front. And as it turns, it drops the soda in the back, and then it'll turn again and it'll drop the soda in the front, and it kind of goes back and forth as it drops them out. But for some reason, my drink part of the machine is malfunctioning. It's not working right now. I didn't have time to fix it or really deal with it. So I just took the sodas out. I turned everything on the bottom off. They can only make the selection for snacks right now. I'm getting ready to pull that machine out. That's what I want to do. I want to put a soda machine in there only because the soda machines really, they buy a lot more sodas there than they do snacks. And I think I can do something better with that machine because that's a good machine. But I have to go in there and I have to work on it a little bit, the soda part. But as far as the other apartment across the street, I did get in touch with the guy from Pepsi, and I have to fill out this contract. I got to actually do it. I'm probably not going to get to it this week. I probably got to do it next week. I got to put on there my EIN number. He sent me a email the other day. I think it was the end of last week, and I'm going to move forward with that, and I'm going to do a video about it because that is absolutely passive income, that place there, because once I get that all done, the Pepsi Cola company is going to put the machine in there. They're going to fill it with products. They're going to collect. If there's any issues with it, they're going to take care of it. I don't ever even have to go there. What they do is they're going to have a credit card acceptor on there, bill acceptor, validators on there, everything. And what happens is, because in that particular location, it's not going to be my location as a vendor. I would just kind of assume the role of a locator. And as soon as I go through with all the contract and building everything up, and once we get it placed in there, then I absolutely have no work to do. And every quarter, like every 3 months, they will send me a printout of what the machine did, how much it made, how much in sales it was. And I will get 20% of gross of whatever that machine grosses in that particular location. So that is a true form of pure passive income, because once the work is done, I don't have to do anything but review my statement at the end of each quarter. So that's kind of cool. I won't make as much as if I did the location myself, but the beauty about it is there's absolutely no work involved after it's set up. So I'll definitely be putting a video up on that sometime soon, as soon as I get all that taken care of. But like I said, my week is already slam packed this week, but next week I'm gonna try to get all those forms taken care of and sent over to him so that I can get that into action also. Let's see here. Let me check out some of these comments right here. Okay. Mobile car wash. How does that work? Okay, he's answering another question. Ready to get my YouTube channel. What is that? Funzerelli. Is that French? Funzerelli B. Looks like a French name. I might be pronouncing it wrong. Ready to get my YouTube channel started. Okay, that's awesome, man. You work part-time at a warehouse, 2 vending machines, and growing. I also have a mobile car wash and detail. Okay, is that what your channel's going to be about? A mobile car wash and detail? That sounds good. I've done a little bit of detailing myself. You can make some real good money doing that. Let's see, but it's still active. I want to try to create mine as most passive as possible, where I can set something up that's going to make money, and then I just got to go there and pretty much collect it. Let's see here. Okay, Reyes said he's got some videos coming out this week. Definitely got to check out my man Reyes videos. I hit that bell. Hopefully I will be that first comment. What do we got here? Okay. So, yeah, with Pepsi and Coke, if you sell enough, they will rent their machines to you. One of them is free, and one charges like $20 per month, but only buy from them. Yeah, there was a couple different ways to go about dealing with the Pepsi-Cola and Coca-Cola companies. So I don't know if any of you all want to try this method, but you can try this if you want to. You can go to the Coca-Cola company in your area, or the Pepsi company that is in your local area, the closest one to you, and go in there and speak with them. The regulations are different everywhere, because I've spoken with people in California who've gone to them. I've spoken with people in New Hampshire. I've spoken with people in just multiple different states and even different cities. It varies from city to city. But when you go speak with them, it's so many different ways. But the way it works here is, because I tried to call them and ask them questions about how I can get them to finance the machines for me. And when I went there, they really don't like to finance them too much anymore, because the way that they work in a lot of other places is they'll finance the machines for you, where you don't even have to invest two, three, four, five, $6,000 in a brand new machine because they're giving you the machine. But what you do have to do is you have to buy the products from them. You have to buy all the drinks from that company. And they're always overpriced than what you're going to get at BJ's or Sam's or Costco or one of those places like that. So you're supposed to buy it from them and this and that. But the thing is, after 5 years or so, and this is just the story that I'm getting from different other people's experience, that once you invest in them and buying products from that company for 5 years, after 5 years, the company writes that serial number off of their books because they don't like having those super old machines. So they just give you the machine. But you'll have paid for that machine well over one or two times anyway. You'll pay for it multiple times just in over prices that you're going to be paying for the product. Now that's one way you can do it. And I remember when I called and I spoke to one guy originally, the first time that I spoke to him, he said that I had to have at least 10 locations before they would even consider giving me machines. So, and at the time when I was talking to him, I mean, I already had multiple locations, but most of my locations weren't full line machines. They were bulk machines. But I told him, yeah, I had well over 10 locations anyway. But I ended up talking with somebody else because I think that one was based in North Carolina. When I called the number, it shot me to a North Carolina a representative. And I called back again. I went back and got another more local number, and I spoke with another lady who got me in touch with someone else. And I spoke to a couple people, but finally I got in touch with the guy who works in this area. And I ended up agreeing with him on the 20%. And that way, to me, that is like a kind of total version of a passive income, because there's absolutely no work after I originally get the location. So I'm going to definitely be moving forward with that. And plus, it's something new for my channel. It's a form of doing vending that I haven't done yet. So I want to try it out. And I'm definitely going to show every little bit of that aspect. I'm going to show every part of the process when I finally send my my contract out with him with the EIN number for my LLC and my tax certificate, because that's pretty much the only thing that I have to do on there. But like I said, I'll probably get to it next week. That's the last thing that I have to do with him. And then we'll move forward with getting the location. But like I say, I'm going to do a little series showing the whole part with that particular part. What we got here? Reyes still sending me photos. What's he sending me now? Hey, this guy's a clown. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to show the whole series. So if y'all are interested in seeing that, that'll probably be up really soon. I definitely show at least the location of that when I locate it. That might be one of my first videos, is when we actually go to place it. I don't even know if I'll be there for that part, but I'll definitely go over there and check it out when I do get it placed, if everything goes through good with it. And we'll kind of see how that works out. And we'll see how much it makes with 20% off of that machine in that apartment location after the first quarter. Okay, let me see here. Between 500 to 1,200 on claw machines. Let's see what we got here. Does anyone know why my Dixie Narco machine only accepts change when it wants to? For example, I'll put in 4 and it will only accept 3. It does not give back the quarter, though it steals it. Is your coin mechanism filled up at least halfway, Michael Bennett? Sometimes you have to fill your coin mechanism up at least about halfway so that it has coins to distribute. If that's not full up at least to a certain point, and usually there'll be a little marker on there. Check on there and make sure that's at least to the minimum, and then maybe that could be one of the issues. Okay, let's see what we have here. Taz G. Awesome chat, Mike. Wish I could stay longer, but I'm tired. Have to have a good night. Okay, my girl, she's going to sleep. She's in the other room. All right. Oh, you need at least 10 locations. Well, that's not wandering Marine veteran, that's not necessarily everywhere. That's just in this particular case with the guy who I contacted, who they actually, I guess the number was rerouted because this guy was located in North Carolina and I'm in Florida. So I don't even know why they rerouted me to talk to him in the first place. But that was what he said. And I spoke with different people, and different people all gave me a different amount. I spoke with someone in California, and they told me that when they looked into it in their area, that they had to buy at least a certain amount of products each month, and that was the mandatory credential, that you had to buy a certain amount each month to keep it going. Where in this other case, the guy said you had to have at least 10 locations. So, everybody has their own regulations of what it is, and each city and state will be different. Maybe in your city and state it'll be something a lot less than that, or something a lot better for your particular situation. So my best advice would be, if you want to get started with full line machines and maybe don't have quite as much money to buy a whole bunch of machines, maybe just give them a call and see what you could do. I would say at least get a business card. You can get them on Vistaprint. Get 500 business cards for like less than $10, which is awesome. And you put your name on there, put your phone number on there. You got a business card. Get insurance. You can get insurance for like probably somewhere about $300 to $500. You probably can get it on the low end, probably like $300 for the entire year. Just depends on your city and state. All depends on how you write your policy up. Get insurance. That way you're covered. Get an LLC. LLC cost me here in Florida $130. It was $100 plus $30 for like a filing fee or whatever it was. So the total $130, but really wasn't a lot of money to start the business. Like for less than $1,000, you could do everything you need to do. And go ahead and get your business up and running, and maybe place a machine or two, even if it's a bulk machine, just to get started, and get in contact with Coca-Cola or Pepsi and figure out how you can get a few passive income machines out there, and maybe they'll stock them and run them and do everything for you. All you got to do is get the location, and then you don't even have to do anything with it. And maybe you make a little less, because 20% is less than making 80%. But at the same time, if you're making, 20% for free of a good location, doesn't even have to be an outstanding location, just an okay location, and you make 20% for free, you can't beat that. And then once you get one or two, those are little victories. You go out and get you a couple more, and from there you're creating extra side streams of income that is putting more money in your pocket that you can invest in your own machines later on. Okay, let me check over here. We got a $5 donation. Thomas Cass. Thomas Cass, that's awesome, man. I appreciate the $5 super chat donation. Always appreciate those. Thomas Cass is always donating on a lot of different vendors' channels, not just mine. I always see him on the different live streams, because I watch a lot of different people's live streams, and I see him on there always donating. That's awesome, man. It's always good to give out that little back, man. So that's cool, man. I appreciate that always. Let me check out his message. Whenever you have electronic problems, always power down 30 seconds. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea too. Click the off switch and turn it off for a little bit, and then turn it back on. 30 seconds, a minute, whatever. And then let it restart, let it refresh. I did that with one of my machines, and pulled on one of my snack machines. I pulled all the shelves out and clicked them back in after I did it, and everything came back on and started working good. So listen to Thomas Cass' advice. Maybe that'll help you out with the issue you're having with your machine, and hopefully you get everything together. The Entrepreneur Dad. Dude, you are in Florida. I'm in Orlando. Hey, that's awesome, man. I just actually moved a bunch of my girl stuff down to Orlando over the weekend. And she's getting ready to get her spot over there. And we're possibly going to be looking for a house over there. So we'll see what happens in the upcoming months, moving on into later on in this year. Okay, I will look into this. I want to have a lot of machines if possible. I am moving states, though, soon. Yeah, man. Let us know how it works out for you. If any of you do happen to look into this method for the Pepsi and Coca-Cola companies, do me a favor. I want you to leave me a comment on one of my videos or leave me a comment on one of my live streams in the future. If you do happen to try out this method in your particular city and state, tell me what city and state you're in. And if you give them a call and you try to try this out, leave me a comment on what they told you, what they said to you, because everywhere is different. And I'm always looking to see like what types of states and cities offer what, because like I've spoken to a bunch of different people about it and everybody's told me something different. And then when I called, even my call was something different from what I heard from everybody else. So I guess each different company is ran different. So you just got to kind of figure it out for yourself and what it's going to do for your particular city and state and your county. But who knows? It's just another possible way that you could break into the vending business without investing a whole lot of money. And the other good part about it is it's truly passive. Okay. Insurance is not per machine. No, my insurance is not per machine. I have a 1-2 policy, which is $1 million, $2 million policy, and it it really just depends on what type of insurance policy you decide to get for yourself. Mine are just liability. It just frees me a liability. Plus, I have an LLC so that if anything happens, nobody could ever tap into any of my particular assets. It's only whatever's in Chrome vending business. So it just kind of protects me. And you always want to be protected, especially if you own assets. If you don't own any assets, I guess it doesn't too much matter. But if you own any type of assets and you want to protect them, then you probably want to cover yourself the best way you can with every possibility that you can. I think LLC should be first step, and state city permits. LLC is always good because, especially if you have assets. If you have assets, then yes, LLC should be your first step. Insurance definitely should be right up there. Those two. You can get, like I said, here in my county, it's $3 per machine to have the city tax certificate, and that's kind of like your business license. That's a paper that they give you with your name on it or with your company name, depending on if you're sole proprietorship or if you're LLC or S corp, C corp, whatever else. But for the most part, if you're just starting your own business, probably you're just gonna want to go with the LLC to start out with. 20% doing nothing but negotiating. Please, heck yeah. Definitely, man. So I'm going to try it out. Like I said, I'm going to try that method out, and I'm going to share every step of the way with you all. And I definitely want you to leave me a comment, like I said, down below what city and state you're in if you decide to try this method and what they told you. Who's considering trying this? I see it's 28 people on here watching. Out of y'all that are watching, who is considering actually trying this? Who would take a few seconds out of their day and go on Google and Google the telephone number for Pepsi, the telephone number for Coke, and actually call them and ask, hey, what will it take for me as a local vendor to get a machine? I guess not a lot, because we just lost a lot of viewers. So maybe a lot of people aren't deciding to try that out. But okay, what do we have here? Praying for collaboration someday soon, man. Okay, man. Yeah, definitely. We could work something out, man. I always like doing collaborations, man. Especially if it helps to build people up. I always like to help people build up. It's one of the best things you could do to leave your legacy, is to always help others. You always reach out and try to help others out every chance you get. It always comes back to you one way or another. The more people you help, the more it comes back to you. Okay, let's see here. How's your pool tables going? I don't have my pool table placed. I actually have it out there. I have it covered out on the front. So it's not on a location yet, but that's another one of the machines that I had ready to place up in this little place. I'm trying to set up the little arcade. So we're going to see how it goes. Maybe something to come up real soon here. For those who are just joining, I'm looking over here because I'm seeing my comments a lot better than on my phone. But let's see here. I'm most likely to start vending in California, Hawaii, or Mexico. Okay. Let me know how that works out for you. I was living in California for years. I was curious when you mentioned North Carolina. I am just leaving there after my cross-country road trip. Yeah, I used to go skiing in North Carolina a lot up in Boone. I like to go snow skiing up there. That was when I was on the eastern side of the Appalachian. When I was on the western side, I would go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Any of y'all ever go snow skiing? Y'all leave me a comment down below if you've ever been snow skiing before. You like to snow ski. I got to try to find my way to snow ski before this snow is over with for the year. Maybe I can get up there before next month. But I got this Vegas trip coming up here at the end of the month. So we'll see if I can get everything jammed in. Plus, I got to do another skydive. I got to bring probably about, I'm going to see if I can get about, I don't know, six to 10. Maybe somewhere between 6. If I can get at least 6 of my subscribers that want to go skydiving with me, I can set it up. I know the guy who owns the skydiving place. So maybe I could try to set something like that up. I was talking about it in one of my live streams at the end of last year, around December time. And some people were mentioning they wanted to go skydiving with me on my next one. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay, I work for Coca-Cola bottling company in Charlotte, North Carolina. John Goodman. Okay, that's awesome, man. You ever think about going out to create your own route? Maybe you can get more of a discount than the average person already being an employee. Travis Riggins, what's up, Chrome? I just got on. What are we talking about? Assets versus liabilities. We're just talking about all type of stuff, man. Everything to do with the vending business. Let's see here. If you can teach us the step on a video, it help. We can try to do the 20%. Just need help how to do it. Bobby D. Okay. I actually have never done it before, so this will be my first time. But what I will do is I'll definitely put out step by step everything through the process that I'm going to go through. Like I said, I have a Pepsi Cola company. It's a factory and it's right into town. It's probably like 20 minutes from my house. And I have to go over there to service my machines and stuff anyway to go into town. And when I went over there, when I first got wind of it, I heard about it and I knew that there was a Pepsi Cola company there. So I just went straight down there myself, went over, knocked at the door. I walked in. I actually did a little video where I went in there and I asked them some questions. They gave me a phone number. I called the phone number. At first I got in touch with some guy who was in North Carolina, and he's the one who told me about I had to have 10 vending machines already, or 10 locations for them to even consider it. And then at the time I had more than that. I already had more than that, but most of them were a lot of my bulk machines. But I waited a little while and I ended up calling back later, and I got in touch with another lady and she put me in touch with a couple other people. I spoke with a lady, I spoke with a gentleman, and I ended up getting in touch with him, and he told me the things that I needed to do. I just really, it was in December and he was going out of town. So I really just talked to him the end of January, and we kind of finalized some things last month in February, and he sent me a contract. I got something in my eye. Okay. Feel like I got an eyelash in my eye. But anyways, I got in touch with him and okay, hold on a second. I got to get to this. But I got in touch with him and he says that I need to fill out my EIN number, my LLC. I need to fill this little contract out, but I haven't had the opportunity to do it yet. My week is real busy this week. I'm going to have to do it next week. But as soon as I get it done, I'm going to show you the whole process that it takes. I'm going to get the vending machine into the apartment location. They're going to take care of everything. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to place the machine. I don't even have to be there. I don't have to fill the machine. I don't have to buy products for it. I don't have to do collections. I don't have to repair the machine. Like, it's absolutely nothing. I just get the location, sign the contract. I have to give them my EIN number because obviously they're gonna have a credit card reader on it, dollar bill acceptor, everything, and it's gonna be computerized. So there'll be a printout statement at the end of each quarter, every 3 months, and whatever that money is, I'm getting 20% of the gross, and that will be sent into the account of whatever I choose, or I can get a check. And I have to pay taxes off of that. That's why I have to have my EIN number and my LLC, my company, on there. But for the most part, it's just pure passive because I don't really have to do any work. That particular 20% from that machine at that location will be absolutely passive because I have to do absolutely no work. So I'm really interested in seeing how it's going to work out. This is the theory behind everything. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know how it's going to play out. But like I say, I'm going to do a series of it. Hopefully I can get everything done by next week and I can go ahead and get the ball rolling. And I'm definitely going to put out a series on it. So any of you who want to try this method or see if it's even worth trying, I think 20% of anything is for free is good. It's just extra money there. And if I like the way it works out, then maybe I'll go get another one or 2 more, 10 more, 20 more. But we'll see how it works because it makes my job so much easier. I don't have to go online looking for used soda machines. I don't have to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours or further to go pick up a machine, spending gas and time, and then getting a used machine. I have to find out if it's working or not. I have to deal with all type of scammers trying to sell all kind of machines that are less than working conditions. I don't have to drill out any key locks and buy new keys and locks for them. Have to find the location again and then actually take the machine and place it myself. Go buy all type of products from Sam's or wherever and then go fill it. Like, I mean, it's going to eliminate anything that I have to do in the beginning to get the machine going. And obviously, like, I want to try to create more of a passive income than active as I can every chance I get. So some of my locations I'm still going to keep myself that I already have, and I'll reap more of the benefits of it because I'm actually doing the work. But I want to move forward into more of a passive income. And if this thing works out the way I'm hoping it will, then it can really create a nice little side income for no work. So we're going to see how that plays out. And let me catch up on my comments here a little bit. Okay, I noticed I got another $5 donation super chat from somebody. I got it from Michael Bennett. $5 super chat donation. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Wow, I'm already up to $40 on this chat. That's cool. Okay, I don't know if you saw my response, but the answer is yes, I filled it halfway today. So what other problem do you think it could be? Steals every fourth quarter or so. How is it? Let me see here. Do you have a bill acceptor on that machine and a credit card reader? Just curious. Does it steal it just when you put quarters in, or does it steal it when you put $1 in and it doesn't give you the quarter back? Now, if you're putting the quarters in there and it's not spitting it out, it could be an issue with your coin mech. It could be a jam in there. Check to make sure all your quarters are in evenly and not jammed. Make sure. Thomas Kaz made a good, valid point earlier in there. He said also make sure you turn it off for a few seconds and turn it back on. Maybe that can help. Sometimes it can. It's helped with one of the machines that I bought before. I had to turn it off, let it refresh, and turn it back on after about a minute or two, and it refreshed. But if you try all those and you're still having issues with it, then maybe it could be something wrong with that particular coin mechanism. It's really difficult to say without actually looking into the machine. But try those out and let me know what happens, and we'll see if we can get you figured out. Okay. Let's see. LLC or sole proprietorship. Okay. I would say go with the LLC, sole proprietorship. A lot of time that's just like you owning the business under your name and your social security number, rather than LLC, which is your business name and your EIN number. So it all kind of depends on where you're at in your business. If you just got, when I started with 1, 2, 3 machines, a couple little small bulk machines, I just started out. I didn't have an LLC. I just went with a sole proprietorship that I opened under my bank and my social security number. And I had a DBA at my bank doing business as. And that was just kind of like the route I went until I started growing it into a little bit more machines. And then I decided, okay, now it's time. I got to make sure that I have insurance and I have an LLC and everything has to be legitimate. So it all really depends on what you're starting with and how you're starting. Quick Play, what's going on? What's up, bro? Trying to find an honest man to help you with your machines maintenance. If you get lined up with the right guy, he will do you right and not rip you off, and you will learn a lot from him along the way. Yeah, that's definitely true. I found a lot of good people in the beginning when I was starting out, but it's because I was actively seeking. I was always out looking to find more and more people. But you can definitely find a lot of good people. I started, for those of you who are on here and don't know, I have a Facebook page called Chrome Vending. You can get on there. You can send me a request to join. My Facebook page for my vending business is Michael Chrome, but I also have my group page, my business page, Chrome Vending. So if any of you all would like to get on there, there are all type of vendors from all over the world who are on there, and people ask questions and they post anything to do with vending. If they're buying something, selling something, posting videos, posting questions, asking for all type of advice on different machines. And if you just have a question and you get stuck and you want to try to ask somebody and try to get a quick answer, maybe somebody on there, some veteran vendors can give you some good advice. Send me a request on there. I'll accept you to the group. But it's always good to have, that network to go to. Uh-oh, my man Reyes, the entrepreneur, sent $10 super chat. Make that 50 on this chat. Have a good night, Mike. Hey, that's awesome, Reyes. I appreciate it, man. Reyes got me to 50 on this chat. That's cool. I don't think I ever hit that much on the chat before. Okay, I see some of the requests coming through to join Chrome Vending. So I'm gonna get y'all accepted on there a little later when I get off of here. Y'all make sure you go on there and check it out. You can really learn a lot on there. Okay. I'll mess around with the coin mech and see what I can find. On a side note, the coin return function is also not working. Love the vids, man. Keep it up. Michael Bennett. Okay, awesome, man. Thanks again for the super chat donation that you made, man. Good luck. I hope that is able to help you out with the issue that you're having with your coin mech. Maybe you just might need to invest in a new one. Not really sure, but hopefully you can figure it out without having to buy a new one. Let's see here. Thank you for that response. The man, Reyes, keep hustling. Reyes is going to keep doing that, definitely. Y'all got to go check out Reyes' channel. If you're fresh on my channel and you've never checked out Reyes' channel before, he's got another entrepreneur channel. He talks about vending machines. Y'all make sure you go check him out. He's got an awesome channel over there. I watch all his videos. Michael Bennett, you and Reyes inspired me to do vending. My goal is 20 machines within a year or two. Okay, awesome, man. You don't got to take it like you diving right into it and try to get 100 machines out. Just take it little by little. Just create something on the side for yourself and see how you like it. That's what I did. I went in with one machine and I got another one and I got a few more. And there were times throughout the year where I would be more devoted and be out and putting up more actively seeking, putting out more vending machines. And then there were other times where I kind of fell back a little bit and I would deal with other things that I had going on. So that's the beautiful thing about vending. You get a location out, it's there making money for you. If you go out this month and you go crazy and you get 10 machines out, that's cool. Maybe next month you don't go out at all and you don't get any machines out, but you still have those 10 machines making you money. And then maybe the next month, you get a little jitterbug, in you and you're antsy, you're ready to go out and get a couple more placed. You go out there and you get maybe 2 or 3 more machines out. Now you have 13 machines out making money. Maybe the next month you don't go out. Maybe you lose a location. You're back down to 12. But maybe that inspires you for the next month. You go out and you get 5 more out. Now you got 17. And maybe for 2 months you don't do anything. But you got 17 locations now that are actively producing income for yourself. So and those 17 don't go away unless maybe the business closes down or something like that. But for the most part, you have those locations. But you never want to just completely get away with it, get away from it. You always want to trying to put up another machine somewhere. Don't go too long without actively putting a machine out. And you'll be able to grow a nice little side income aside from your job or any other hustles you have going on. Let's see what we have here. What's up? What's up? Okay, do you have any charity boxes? I personally don't have any charity boxes. I've never gotten in these charity boxes. Never went that route. There are plenty of people who have. I know Brian LaRue from Vending Nation. He's done it. He deals with the charity boxes. Jamie Farnsworth did in the beginning. Now he does pretty much strictly. He does pretty much strictly the full line soda machines and snack machines like I do now. It's another young man by the name of Azan Khan. He's doing charity boxes. Keith Hoff. There's quite a few people on there who have charity boxes and they're trying to make it happen. But yeah, I personally just have never done any. Okay, Timothy O's says charity boxes, I only broke even. Yeah, so it's kind of a give or take because you got to worry about theft rates. Like you say, when you deal with charity boxes, it's based on the honor system. People take a couple suckers out or candy or whatever it is you put in there, and they put the money in. There's no coin mechanism to turn, or there's no kind of security on it. So it all depends on the location you get and what type of honor system they have there. So obviously you want to put it in a place that you think is going to do a little better. Okay, let's see what we have here. I got another $5 donation super chat from Thomas Cass. That's awesome, man. Always appreciate the donations. Y'all don't have to donate, but I appreciate it when I get them, when they come through. It's awesome. If anyone is looking for parts, we have an entire warehouse full, including machines and locations. Boston. Okay, so you're in Boston. Okay, so anybody in the Boston area, Thomas Cass has parts and full machines in an entire warehouse. So if anybody's looking for that, Thomas Cass, are you a member of my Facebook group, Chrome Vending? If you're not, go on there and send me a request to join, and I'll accept you on there as soon as I get off of this live chat. And you can post everything from your entire warehouse on there. And who knows, maybe you'll get some vendors in your area, or maybe not even your area. Maybe want to get something from your business and maybe order from you. So I don't remember everybody who's on there, but if you're not on there, go on there and send me the request, man. I'll definitely put you on there. And then that way you can post all your stuff on there. Always good to have multiple avenues to go through when you're looking for parts or looking for advice. And a lot of these veteran vendors, they can give up a lot of good advice. Okay, Michael Bennett said he's also in Boston. So maybe you could hook up with Thomas Cass. Maybe you can get in touch with him and get some parts or machines that you may need for your business. Okay, 55 is climbing. Let's see here. Veteran vending. Once I got 20 locations is when my vending business took off. Now I'm buying machines in bulk. Keep the hustle and you're going to succeed. Yeah, definitely, man. The same kind of thing happened for me. Once I hit 20 locations, it's like with my bulk vending machines, it's like I just took off after that. I was like getting up like 5 a week. But I was investing a lot of money because I was just filling them up with candy. Everything I was making from my original machines, I was going out buying a lot of bulk candy, and I was trying to get up 5 machines a week. And I had a couple weeks where I was getting up like 7 and 10, and like even more. I had, let me see, I think I got, the best I did, I got 7 locations in one day. And that's when I was just going around to a lot of different places. But I was really on it at the time. Now I'm kind of looking more to move into my full line, and the full line machines, they cost a lot more than the bulk machines, so it's a lot harder to get those out because like I said, I have to make the investment when I'm buying them. And that's one of the reasons I'm looking into doing this deal with Pepsi and Coke, because like I said earlier, it's true passive income. It's 20% of gross. I have to invest nothing, and I can actually spend more time focusing on getting more locations, just going into places and talking with people and finding a way to get more locations. And if I can have them go ahead and supply all the machines, like that's going to be so much easier for me. So I'm going to try it out with this one first location and see how it works out and what happens. And if I like it, I'll go from there. And I'm going to share the entire process with each and every one of you so that you can see if it's something that maybe you would want to try it. But like I said, it works differently in every city and state based on what I've heard from other vendors that I've been talking with. Everybody's told me something different. And when I call myself, what they told me was completely different from anything that anybody else told me. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, close. Hey man, I'm a big fan. You're a big inspiration, bro. Anyways, I wanted to get into the vending business. I have about $300. Do you think this is enough to get a solid start? Honestly, man, I bought my first machine for $75 in a thrift shop, and it was a triple head machine. It wasn't a Vendstar, but it was a triple head machine. It was an Eagle. I think it was an Eagle, or was it a Northwestern? Maybe it was. I think it was an Eagle, and it was a metal one. And I placed that in a club location, and that was my first machine. I spent $75 on the machine. I spent probably about, I don't know, maybe about $50 in candy to fill up all 3 of the slots. And the first month that I had it in the location, in the club location, I made $30.25. The second month that I had it in the location, I made $30.50. So I was making about $30 a month out of that particular location. And like I paid for that machine, I don't know, probably in less than 6 months I had it paid for and was already profiting. And that was just with one machine. And that wasn't the greatest deal I could have found. I found machines where I bought like over 50 of them, and I end up paying like $20 each for the machines because I bought so many of them. And then I turned around and I spray painted them. I spent $5 in paint and a little bit of time, and I spray painted them, and I sold them like brand new to a few people, and I was making like from $75 to $100 for each of those brand new machines. I charged a little more for the ones that I really fixed up nice. And I did some like sports teams on some people just wanted to have some in their house, in their man cave, things like that. People were requesting certain colors. They wanted their business emblem on them, and I was doing a lot of things back then, like custom machines. And for a couple of them, I think I even sold a couple for like $140, $150, but that's because I had to go above and beyond to put different designs on them. But there's so many different ways that you can make your money back in this business, and you can find ways to build up. $5 more super chat donation from Michael Bennett. Let's see here. He's got a comment on here. When you buy machines off Craigslist, etc., or in general, are there any soda and snack machines you try to avoid, assuming they are all working? Okay, me personally, I don't get any of the snack or soda machines that is like, it's like the candy bulk machines where you put the quarters in and then you turn it. The little turn knobs, these are the ones that you don't have to plug them in. They're non-electric. I stay away from those. I remember talking with Ray, and for those of you who have been on my channel for a while, you know who Ray is. a senior gentleman. I think he's in his 60s or he's close to around 60. Um, he's been in the vending business for a long time, like over 20 years. And he started back when he started over 20 years ago. He started with a bunch of those machines, and it helped build him up to the point where he got to the point where he started dealing with better machines. But he looks back on it and he says those things were such a hassle. They were always breaking down. They were just such a headache. But that being said, I personally don't deal with those machines. But even though I'm saying that, that's just my view because of the story, the relayed story that I got from Ray. And honestly, a lot of people don't like the triple or what is it, the triple head Vendstars that I deal with, the Vendstar 3000s. A lot of people say they're garbage machines, to stay away from them. For me, that's what got me started. It got me going. It worked for me. I made it work. So anything that you can make work that actually functions and works, you could probably make it happen. But just, I mean, my experience is those are probably the full line machines that I would stay away from. Would be the ones that turn. You probably don't want to get anything too super old. Anything that looks like it's super old, you probably don't want to do it. Don't be in a rush to get anything. Wait till you find that good deal. Like, don't just wait and never do anything neither. But at the same time, like, don't rush into it and get something that you're going to regret that you got before. Because I've done that. I've rushed into things and I've bought machines that I felt like, okay, maybe I could do something with this. And when after I check it out and then I get it home, and then like a couple weeks later, I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't have invested in this. I should have taken that money and invested in something that was a little nicer or something that I know was definitely going to be making me money. So y'all definitely want to, when you're looking for machines online, try not to get too old. And when you go check out the machine, just make sure that it works. Check every slot, every coil. Make sure that it gets, if you're getting a soda machine, make sure that it cools because you don't want any compressor problems. If you have an issue with your refrigeration, then just bypass and skip on that machine because it's going to cost you way more money to fix that than it would just to buy a different machine. So don't just dive into anything. That would be my advice. Let's see here. Okay, Thomas Cass says he services machines too. Okay, that's awesome. He's in the Boston area. What's the best and worst kinds of candy machines? Everybody has their idea of what they feel is the best or the worst. Me personally, I like the Vendstar machines. I know that they have a lot of flaws. I know that the flaps breaking off because they're plastic. That's one of the flaws. But they have stainless steel flaps that you can get. They're a little pricey. It's $19.99. So we say $20. $20 for 3 of them, which will cover one machine. But you won't have the headache of having them broken off. You won't have to deal with always having to replace the plastic ones. The good thing about it is once you put those stainless steel flaps on the machine, you can grab the flap, that stainless steel flap, and you can lift the entire machine just lifting up the flap. That's how strong they are. So it's definitely a good investment. I've been meaning to buy a few. I need to go ahead and order some and go ahead and do a video where I'm placing them on some of my machines because a lot of people talk about those machines. That's one of the issues that I have with the Vendstars. Another issue is sometime as it's turning and it's cranking, if you have things in there like Mike and Ike's or jelly beans, when it falls through and it turns, sometime the Mike and Ike, because it's a long piece of candy, as it turns, it'll get caught right in the middle and it'll tear it in half. And as it does, it'll feel like it's stuck, but you just have to twist it all the way through. So sometimes that's the issue with certain types of candy. One of the things that I didn't like about the machine was I love that you can take the canister off and replace it with another canister that's already full, and you can just get out of there and move on if you have extra canisters. But the issue is if that plexiglass gets scraped up, you can't take that plexiglass off of there. Like some of the other machines, you can slide them out and buy a new one and slide it in. You don't have to buy another machine. If something happens to that plexiglass on the canister on the Vendstar, you just got to buy another canister. But it's always good to have extra ones if you're in the into the Vendstar machines, because either you can refill them or you can just place those in there, refill it, take the other one out, and take it with you. So just depends on what you like about it. Eagles, anything Eagle, Northwestern, Oaks. What else am I missing here? Beavers, all those metallic machines. Those are supposed to be good brand machines. So anything that turns a profit and works, but I would say it will be pretty much good. But you're probably just gonna have to test it out and see what's gonna work for you. Some people, like I know a guy, he's got 600 of the U-turn machines, the U-turns, and that's the one with the four-way, the yellow one, and then the Terminator, which is actually a double. It has the 4 and the 4, which is actually 8. So those can do good. You offer a lot of selections there. Maybe you want to get into the stands where you have toy capsules, the racks. Those are good, but you want to get high populated locations for those type of machines. But yeah, you just got to kind of figure out which ones work best for you. I enjoy the Vendstars. My buddy Mark Saito, he says the same thing. He's like, everybody talks trash about these machines and how garbage they are, but they all work for me. And I told him, I said, you know what? I couldn't agree with you anymore. They all work for me as well. So everybody's going to have their opinion about which machines work best for them. And it's all going to be based on the experience that they had with that particular machine. So you can go back and look at any of the videos that I have. I know I have to be close to about 200 videos up. So you can go back and look at any of those older videos that I have with my vending machines and my Vendstars and see how they work for me. You can go look at other vendors' channel who work with different types of machines to get an idea of which ones you like and which ones you'd like to go with. And you'll never really know based on just watching other people. You watch and you get an idea, and then you find a deal and you go get your own and place it and see how it works for you. Because experience will always be your best teacher. Let me see what we have here. What candies sell the best? Like, there's no real direct answer to that question either, because every location is going to be different. You're going to have locations where one particular product will sell good and another product won't. And then you could reverse those in another location. It'll do just the opposite. Like, I have locations where my Mike and Ike's fly. Like, they're always gone. And then I have locations I put them in there and I go back and, you know, maybe they sold a quarter of the way down and they're just in there not doing anything. And I have locations the same thing where my Skittles, they fly out of there. And other locations, they don't move. I have locations where the jelly beans are gone. Like, I mean, every month I have to go there and the jelly beans are down. Like, waited 45 days, they're almost like just completely empty. So, and then I put jelly beans in another location and it's like, it doesn't really do too much. So each location is going to vary. I wouldn't try to do crazy stuff like trying to do peanuts and trail mix and pistachios, and like, just stick to the basics. Peanut M&Ms do well. Regular M&Ms do well. Reese's Pieces, those are pretty good for your chocolates. And for your fruity candies, maybe you try either Mike and Ike's, Skittles, Runts, jelly beans, maybe hot tamales. Like, try those in your main as your main sources of candy. And then you have your gums, your gumballs, your chiclets, and pretty much those are the three main characters: your gum, your sweet candies, and then your chocolates. And you just kind of mix them up and do a variety of each, depending on what your location is. And if you see that one is really selling a lot there, then you leave that. And if you see some others aren't doing too well, maybe you could change those around, rotate them. And then even your best sellers, sometimes your best sellers at locations, maybe those slow down. Maybe you had one particular type of candy that was doing phenomenal for 5-6 months. And all of a sudden you go in there and it's not moving. Usually what happens is that employee who was attacking that type of candy doesn't work there anymore. Either they got fired or they quit, they left somehow. And usually that's what it is. Usually it's not a customer. Usually it's an employee who's there who just likes that particular type of product. And when that happens, you can change the product out, try something different. Or maybe just you'll see sales slow down in general. And maybe they just got tired of those particular selections. So what I'll do is sometimes I'll go and take the whole machine out and place another machine with three separate, completely different types of candy. And then guess what? My sales will go back up again because now I've introduced new candies, new choices, and people like they see something new, they want to go get it. So a lot of time that works for me as far as dealing with what types of candies. But every location is going to be different. Just stick to some of the basics, and you should be okay. Let's see here. Beaver, Northwestern, Oak are all the best. Yep, definitely. Okay. Let's see here. How do you get locations for your soda and snacks machines? Usually I drive around. I don't set up any type of plan like, okay, I'm going to go to this area or that area. You can, I mean, if you want to do that, you can. You can say, okay, I'm going to go and ask all in this location, all in this location. Sometimes I just go into to where the busiest part of town is, and I just ride around looking at different places. And I look at the parking lot. A parking lot is a big indicator of how many employees are there versus how many customers will be there. You have two different types of location. You have your customer driven locations and your employee driven locations. And if you have a parking lot with a lot of cars, it either means there's a lot of employees or there's a lot of customers. And that's good for a location. So I'll go in and maybe if I see somebody in the parking lot, I'll ask them there. Or if I go in, if I don't see anybody in the parking lot, I'll ask them, do y'all have any vending machines in here? One of the employees that are there, and either they'll tell me yes or no. And if they tell me yes, I'll ask what type of vending machines they have. Do they have full line? Do they have the bulk machines? Or, are you happy with the type of vending machines that are here? Or the type of vendors that you have? Do they keep the products stocked on a regular basis? Are all the products, fresh? And, just average questions like that. And then I ask them if they don't have any, what would you think about having a vending machine in here? Would that be something you're interested in? And if they see yeah, that'd be an awesome idea. Then I ask them, okay, who would I have to speak with? I'm a local vendor. I have a vending business and I place vending machines. Who would be the person that I need to speak with that would be able to give me the okay or give me the yes that I could place one of my machines here? And a lot of time they'll direct me to who I need to go to. And I'll go from there and I'll tell them I'm a local vendor and I'll explain to them that, some of their employees that I was speaking with, they, I brought up the fact that I am a local vendor and I put local vending machines and local businesses. And, they like the idea of having one here in your business. What do you think about it? Some of your employees like the idea. And sometimes when you do that, it might persuade them a little more, knowing that their employees would like something like that it would be beneficial. And I just kind of take it from there. So each conversation is going to be different, but that's how I go about it when I'm looking to get full line machines. Let's see here. What do we have here? Okay, are you originally from Houston? Are you talking to me or someone else in the chat? I'm not from Houston. I'm from Florida. Let's see here. If you had to choose one candy for a burrito joint, what would you choose for a burrito joint? Okay. Is it predominantly Hispanic people who eat there? A lot of time you got to look at your demographics and you got to see maybe what type of candy may do better. I don't know. Maybe you could look at, if there's a lot of Hispanic people that go in there, they have all type of different candies that maybe you can get in. Maybe like something hot. I know a lot of them like spicy things. Maybe like atomic fireballs. I had some atomic fireballs one time at a taqueria location that I had, and they did pretty good because it was a lot of Hispanic people that came there, and I know a lot of them like that spiciness. So those did pretty well. Maybe something like hot tamales. But then just regular, like people are people. It doesn't really matter too. Like Gum is gonna sell after people eat. Sometimes people want gum. Sometimes people want mints after they eat. Skittles can do good. All your regular candies can do good. It doesn't really matter a lot of time unless you just really want to dig super deep into it to try to find something just different. But for the most part, the sticking to the simple things, the basic things, usually that's the best way to approach it. Okay, let's see what we have here. Um, Somebody else agreed with me. They put hot tamales too. That's good. Do you always offer a commission when trying to get a location? No, I never offer a commission. If it comes up, I always try to avoid it. I tell them, you know what, I don't do commission. Um, I like to I place them in places as an amenity to businesses because the way I look at it, I have to pay for the machine. I have to pay for the products that are in the machine. If any of those products aren't selling and they go bad, guess what? I have to pay for those products that spoiled. If there's damage to the machine, I have to repair the damage. I have to spend my time and gas coming here to replace it. I have to pay taxes on my money that I do make out of it. A percentage of what I do make has to go back into the product. I have to pay for my LLC that's covered every year. I have to pay for my business license, which is my tax certificate. I have to pay for insurance. So there's a lot of costs that come out of it. And if it's not a super high traffic location that I feel is just going to make a lot of money that it doesn't even matter if I pay a commission, then for the most part, I let people know these things that come along with it, that I just place it for an amenity to the business. I'm going to take care of it free of charge. And if they would like it in there, I'll place it. I'll take care of it. Doesn't cost them anything. I have a YouTube channel. They can't get advertisement, and a bit of advertisement or marketing publicity, whatever, through my Facebook page, through my YouTube channel as the videos go up in that location if they're interested. But sometimes I become a customer of the location if it's in a restaurant or a barbershop or something like that. Maybe I'll go in and become a customer, buy something. That way, they still feel like they're getting something out of me. I'm still, one hand wash the other, so to speak. That even though I'm not paying a commission, I do this. I also donate to a charity. I make sure that I let them know that I'm not placing it in here only for a charity. Everything it makes is not going to go to a charity. I still have to get paid for my time, my business, things like that. But since I do have to pay taxes at the end of the year, I do take a percentage, and so I'm not going through all that tax going straight to the government. I invest in the charity, or I donate to a charity that is actually a local charity, and a lot of people like that because they're familiar with Clint Hart and his gym and who I deal with around here because he does a lot for the community as well. So that kind of helps as well. But yeah, always try to avoid the commission if you can because it's the way that you're really going to make money in the vending business, especially if you're dealing with bulk, is you have to have a lot of locations. You have to really create quantity, and every little dollar that's going out is coming out of your pocket. So you want to try to avoid those commissions as much as possible. Now, I'm not saying just completely not do commissions. If you get a location that's worth it, then you have to decide whether you want to pay a commission on it or not. How well do you think this location is going to do? If you got a location that's making, on a bulk machine, is making over $100 a month, if you're paying a 10% commission, then that's not really too bad because you're still making nice money there. Okay, let me check. Let me look at these comments over here. Okay. Okay, hot tamales and bouncy balls do great. Okay, another good issue right here. Bouncy balls. Now we're talking about non-perishable products. Like you don't only have to put candy, gum, and things that will perish in these machines. You could put little things in, like you could put toys in there, like the little capsules with the rings. I've seen even like little dinosaurs, little homies. You could put bouncy balls. I mean, you could play with it. You could put all type of different things. You could put stickers, like little tattoo stickers, and all type of things. And maybe something like that would do good at a location. Is there a lot of kids that go to these locations that you're trying to get into? And if there's a lot of kids, a lot of time the parents want to use these little toys as a form of incentive to get their kids to, quiet down or sit down or not be as hyper. They give them a little toy to play with or something if they sit down. So, those things can do good as well. Or maybe they don't want to give their kids some sugar where they're going to be hyper bouncing off the wall, but they'll get them a little toy. Or maybe the business owner tells you when you go in that, oh, I don't want candy or gum all over my floor, so that's why I don't want it in here. And then you could tell them, well, what about if I offer something like little toys or bouncy balls or something like that? And then maybe they're more likely to let you place your machine in their location. I've used those tactics a lot and actually have gotten in because the person said, yeah, I would do it, but I don't want candy or gum all on my floor and I'll be sweeping up. Now they've already kind of committed. So if I say, well, what if I put like a tattoo sticker machine in here or a toy bouncy ball machine or something? And I say, okay, yeah, we can try that out and see how it works out. So never just feel like you're completely out of the location. Offer something different. Offer a variety of different machines. And if you have a variety of different machines, you're more likely to get a location than if you only offer one type of machines. And that's why when I went into the business, that's why you see me dealing with all type of different machines, because I never know what a person's going to say yes to. Okay, let's see here. Do you have to have a special license to get into government, federal, or county locations? The way it works here, I just need my tax certification. I got to get my tax certificate every year, and it's actually a calendar year from September, a whole physical calendar year. And it's from September. It's $3 per machine in my county where I'm at here. And each county will vary and be different. You just have to go down to your tax office and find out what it is for your particular county. But that tax certificate serves as your business license. Peanut M&Ms do great, but keep them out of the sun. I learned that the hard way. The gumball vendor. Yeah, that's true. That's another good point. When you go into a location, if there's a glass door or a big glass window right there where the sun shines in, make sure you don't place chocolate in your vending machine if you're going to place it by that door, by that glass door, by that glass window. Because with that sun beaming in, it's going to melt that chocolate. It's going to melt your candies. You may be okay if you put gumballs in there because they have a better shelf life. But for the most part, you want to keep them away from those glasses where those big windows and glass doors. Another thing, you want to make sure. Another thing you want to make sure that the temperature in the location you're at, if it's air conditioned, then you're good. You don't really have to worry about it too much. But if it's a place that doesn't have AC and it's hot, or they cut it off at night when they leave, you just got to be careful when putting chocolate in those type of locations, because I've lost a lot of spoilages due to dealing with bad temperatures and placing some of my candy machines by those big windows and by those glass doors. I've had bugs, ants, roaches, all type of stuff attack it, and I have to go in there. I have to throw everything out. I have to go over there. I have to scrub and clean the machine, put it through the washer again, clean it all the way out, and disinfect it. And it's just a pain in the butt to go through. So just be careful about your temperature and the type of locations you're going into. Don't just get a location just to have a location. If you do that, if you put your, let's say you put a triple head machine in a location and it's making you like less than $10 in a month, maybe like $5 in a month. That's a location where your candy's going to go bad, and like it's not even worth it unless you're just going to barely put a bare minimum. Like you're going to fill it 1/4 or 1/3 of the way, and you'd be better off having that triple head location and another location, making more money. Now, if you don't want to, I'm not saying that you just want to necessarily leave that location and lose it. So what you can do is you can get just a single head gumball machine and place it in that location. And the good thing about having that single head gumball machine is the gumballs have a long shelf life. And those things can sit there for up to about a year, and you don't have to worry about spoilages as long as you don't have it directly in the sun, because even the sun will they'll also affect gumballs. But for the most part, try to keep your temperature regulated. Make sure you have a good temperature wherever you're going. Okay, let me see what we have here. Okay, 816 MOKC says, I like the triple head rhinos I got from candymachines.com. Okay, I guess I lost signal for a second. But $525 he paid for 3 vending machines, 3 triple head rhinos. Okay, I guess that's not too bad when you're buying brand new. I always tell people like they can buy a machine from Craigslist if they want to get it used, offer up, let go, Facebook Marketplace pages. But if you do want to get some new ones, I always put links to Amazon links to brand new machines, and I always try to put like the best price stuff that I've ever found on there, because I've went through there, I did all the searching, and I found the best price triple head machines, the best price double head machines, and the best price single machines that you can buy on Amazon for. I think I found the single heads are like $85, the double heads are maybe like 130, 140, and there are some triple heads on there for like, I don't know, just under 200. But all these are brand new machines. So for anybody who is interested in getting brand new machines, they can go on there. Interested in getting brand new machines, they can go on there and click that link and check those out. Go look at them, whether you get them or not. Go check them out, see if it's something you're interested in, and you can kind of weigh your options. Like there's always buying used, but when you buy used, you have to have the time to fix it up, clean it up, whether you're going to spray paint it, put new locks in it, make sure it works. And there can always be the issues, but if your money's a little less, then sometimes that's the way to go, because you have to invest more time to clean it up and fix it up. But if you don't mind spending a couple more dollars to get a brand new machine that you know is working, you don't have to deal with any of the issues. You don't have to spray paint it, put new locks, get keys. You don't have to clean it, worry about anything that's in it if it's not working. Somebody's selling you a bum machine. You can pay a few more dollars and buy a new one. And like I said, I put the links in the description. When I get off here, I'll put links on there also. I always transfer the links over so that you can at least go on there and check them out and look at them. But for me putting them on there, I do get a small commission if anybody ever buys anything from there. But I put it on there more so like, I don't even know what the commission is. I think I make a couple dollars, whatever, from there a month. Like it's not even about the money, but it's just about offering a brand new machine for those of you who may want some. And like I said, if you don't want to get the brand new ones, you can find used ones that are always good deals on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace pages, OfferUp, Let Go, eBay, and other sites like that. But let me take a look here and catch up on some of these comments. Okay, what charities are good to pair with? It doesn't really matter. Whatever charity you honestly believe in, whatever you want to do for yourself. And the good thing is the tax breaks and tax exempts. And there's all type of different regulations and rules for different states and cities. Okay. Veteran, okay. I can never get locations, so I'll take what I can get. 40 locations and I pay no commissions on any of them. Businesses asks for commission. Go find a different location. Yeah, I do the same thing. Mike is on the road tonight. Yeah, I kind of feed off of y'all's comments. Whatever comments y'all are giving me, I just feed off of y'all's comments. So the more comments I get, the more I can actually interact and give you my experience or what my advice is from what I've dealt with. Let's see what we have here. Mike, I have to say that I truly appreciate the fact that you pass on your knowledge to all of us. You don't have to, but you take the time out of your day to do it. Thanks, buddy. PE64. No problem, man. I just enjoy it, man. I enjoy giving back. I enjoy sharing my experience. I know that it was difficult for me when I started. There weren't really any real vendors out there that were really breaking down the things that I wanted to know. I mean, there were a couple things out there, but for the most part, there was nobody really giving the information that I was looking for. And there were a few things about these type of machines or about this type of machines, and there was some good information here and there, but there were just a lot of things that I had questions about that I had to find out on my own. And I would try to get in touch with people, and people wouldn't get back in touch with me, or I would leave comments on other people's pages and they didn't answer them. So I try to answer every comment. You know, sometimes I'm in a hurry and I get going. I try to keep up on the scroll, but so I do skip some, but for the most part, I try to answer like the questions that seem to be the most pertinent to the business and that make the most sense. The most valid questions, I try to definitely get to those. So no problem, man. What's going on, Mike? How about tinting the sides? Tinting the sides of what? Okay. How can I get motivated to get into good physical shape? John Goodman. You know what, man? It all starts with discipline. Anything that you do, it all starts with discipline. And I know this is a little off the subject of vending, but it's still kind of on the same subject. Anything that you want to do, you have to create a discipline for yourself. And to create discipline, and you have to create a habit. To create that habit, you have to do something for studies show that anything that you can do for 12 days, you know, just about 2 weeks, we're going to round it to 2 weeks. If you could do something for 2 weeks, then you could pretty much create a habit. But you have to have the discipline to do it. And a lot of time, if you could do it at the same time every day, a lot of time that helps. A lot of time when I go live around 8 o'clock ish, something like that. And that's Eastern time. I don't have a certain day that I do it, but I usually go around 8 o'clock, and usually I go for about an hour or two. I know that that's the time that I can pretty much get on there. And I do that based on my analytics, because when I put up videos, the time that most people watch my videos are between 8 and 10 o'clock. That's when I get the highest peak. So that's why I go live during this time, because for me, that makes the most sense. Now, if you're going to work out and you want to get into better shape, I do have a workout channel. It's called Get Fit Anywhere, Training with Mike G. I haven't put a lot of effort into that channel. So I got a few videos on there, and I'm showing some workouts and certain little things you could take to help cut body fat and things like that. And I plan on putting more effort into it down the line. So if anybody wants to go check that out, you can go check that out. I have a lot of work to do with that channel. Like I said, I just put up a few little videos here and there. I'm still working on where I'm going to go with that channel. But it has to do with anything that you're doing, whether it's in your finances, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in your business. It's all about discipline. The people who, it's not the person who's the most smartest, the best looking, born with the silver spoon, wears the nicest clothes, the person who drives this car, has that house, has this education, born from this type of parents, talks this way. Usually it's the person who is consistent. So if you're consistent in whatever it is you're doing, that will create some type of success for you. And like anything you do over and over and over and over and over again, eventually it has to pay you back. You know? So if you put that effort in constantly, consistently, every day, you're doing just a little bit more, you're going to see what it is. You're going to see how it's going to treat you. It's going to come back to you. Like my YouTube channel didn't start out the best. I didn't even hold the camera the right way. My camera, the resolution sucked. Like now I just recently got a new camera, new editing system. And I feel like, you know, the progression at least is there. And I'm making more of a progression. And I'm still not where I want to be. But, you know, I'm making the improvement. I started with one 25-cent candy machine. And now I have multiple machines and all different types. So it's just that I put a little bit into it every single day. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Like the saying that I always say, for those of you who watch me, You know, I always say by the yard it's hard, but inch by inch, anything's a cinch. And if you could just take it with those small increments, you could build a vending business. You could build a whatever type of business you want to build. You can get yourself in shape, knock a little bit of fat off every time you do a workout, every time you sit down to eat at the table, make a better choice. Drink water more than you drink soda. Eat vegetables more than you eat carbs. And I mean, eat more protein more than you eat garbage. And then you're going to see a difference in everything that you do. But it takes having that discipline to make that decision. Life and what we do, who we are, how our results are, and how they're impacted by anything that we do, it's all based on the little micro decisions that we make every second of the day. Every little decision that you make. Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? Am I going to eat that? Am I going to eat this? Am I going to go and spend my money here? Am I going to save my money? Am I going to go do this? Am I going to go do that? Like every little decision you make is going to determine whether you're going to be successful at something or whether you're not. So depending on, you know, that discipline that you have in that moment of that incremental decision, that's going to determine the outcome of whatever it is you're doing. So if you want to get in better shape, you know, watch videos of people who are exercising. Maybe that helps motivate you. Maybe you want to put something around you. Put little tabs on your refrigerator. Maybe to say, don't eat this certain food. Eat this type of food. This is the type of food you want to eat throughout the day. You want to put a little a note by your bed. Okay, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. and I'm going to go and jog for 30 minutes. And I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to get a workout after work this evening. No matter what I do, I'm not going to come in. I'm not going to go sit on the TV and watch TV. Sit on the sofa and watch TV. Excuse me. I'm going to go do 30 minutes of walking, even if it's just walking up the street. But it improves everything. And when you're physically fit, when you have more energy, you know, when you're physically fit, you have more energy to do more things, even in your business. So you definitely want to try to stay in the best physical shape that you can, because a lot of people will sacrifice their health to try to build wealth. And they'll do that when they're young. And as they get older, then guess what? You're going to sacrifice your wealth to try to get your health back, because you sacrifice so many things along the way to try to come up that you didn't remember to keep yourself healthy. So that's definitely a good question, and it does go hand in hand with your business. So definitely try to keep yourself in shape and stay physically fit, because it's going to improve the quality of your life. Do you have any ATM? Yeah, I have one ATM machine. I did a video where I bought an ATM machine, a used ATM machine. It actually is not EMV compatible, so it doesn't accept the little EMV chip. It is ADA approved, which is it's approved for people who are disabled. But I haven't placed that machine. I actually probably could place that machine somewhere, but I'd have to place it in maybe like a convenience store or something like that. Just a place that's in and out, maybe by like a trailer park or something like that, where people don't even matter. They would go in there and swipe. But for the most part, when you get into the ATM machines, I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of dove in, but I've spoken with a lot of people who are more experienced than me since I got that machine. And it seems the best way to get into the business is, instead of buying them used, to go and buy a brand new machine and find a nice place for it, or maybe buy an existing route that's already upgraded. Make sure you have the EMV compatibility on there. But I'm definitely going to try to get me a location for some ATMs. That's definitely in the near future for Chrome Vending. Let's see here. Yes, we appreciate you giving us knowledge. You're awesome, guy. Okay, Bobby D, I appreciate it. How long have you been doing these things? What inspired you to do vending? Corax Army. Really, I've always been kind of into the idea of passive income. I always wanted to figure out how to create more streams of passive income. And I had the idea that no matter what I did, I wanted to create multiple streams. And vending was just another way to create another stream of income. And it also created another stream of income by creating a stream of income for YouTube for me. It also created a stream of income where now I check my money, my different types of denominations that I get, because there are so many different ways to make money with numismatics. And for those of you who don't know what that is, those are people who are like coin collectors and things like that, who they will pay high amounts for particular types of serial numbers on bills or certain types of air money. And it just keeps opening all types of different avenues for me. But I just like the idea of passive income no matter how it comes. And I probably will end up venturing out into other things on this channel even. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it just strictly a vending channel. But I'm definitely going to start talking about more things about creating more income on YouTube, because I know a lot of people have been asking me that. And I've seen a lot of people who are vendors actually start channels about their vending businesses, and they're trying to create a channel for vending, which is cool. But I'm definitely going to start offering more things like that. Let's see what we have here. Hey, question out the vending. How you get a big chest, man? uh, a lot of time building up your chest. It actually has to do with the stress that you're placing on the chest. I'm gonna go ahead and answer this question. I know it don't have to do with vending, but maybe I'll start going live more on my workout channel. I'm gonna start trying to build that channel up more. For those of you who just got on, check out my workout channel. It's called Get Fit Anywhere, Training with Mike G. I have a few videos on there. Like I said, I haven't put a lot of investment of time into that channel, but I'm going to start getting a little more focused on it. But if you want to build your chest, you have to take the stress off of your shoulders and off of your triceps, because a lot of people, when they press, they'll put their pressure into their triceps, or they'll press and they'll put the pressure into their shoulders. So what you want to do is you want to take the shoulders out of the movement, and when you press, you want to press with the chest, and that will help you build up your chest. So if you have more exercise questions, leave them for me on my Get Fit Anywhere Mike G, Training with Mike G page, and I'll answer all your workout questions on there. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and fill these out real quick. Let me finish up these comments. Okay. What do we have here? Respect, man. I appreciate those words of wisdom on the health question. No problem, John Goodman. That is one thing I like about Vendstars. Will do anything. Okay. All right. How much social time do you get when you're doing vending? Me personally, I don't work for anybody. I only work for myself. So I actually have all the social time I actually want. But I choose not to have a whole lot of social time, because that's time that's eating into my opportunity that I can be creating more income and creating more streams of money coming in. So I'm always looking to try to figure out what I'm going to do next. I'm a trainer through the week, Monday through Friday. I do a lot of training. I train a lot of people. I train a lot of elderly retired people. And a lot of them have a lot of money. A lot of them are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, and they're already retired. A lot of them are super wealthy. They have a lot of money already. And that's what I was talking about. Don't sacrifice your health to get wealth, and then later in life, you have to sacrifice your wealth to try to get your health back, going to the hospital, going to see doctors. A lot of these people that I train, some of them are in bad condition and can't even walk, and I have to get them to the point where they can walk again. But it's a great feeling when you see them walking around and actually getting out of that chair and able to move around without a cane or a walker again or a wheelchair. People have hips, knee conditions, things like that. So it's cool. But that is kind of like my active income, the training that I do through the week. And, you know, that's what I live off of. That's like my, that's what I would say is my job. But I work for myself. I create my own hours. And then, like, I do some other little hustles on the side as well. I have other things going with some cars and other things as well, real estate properties, things like that that I'm working with. But for the most part, what I share here on this channel is the vending and the YouTube, mostly vending, but I'm trying to move more into the YouTube because, like I say, I see a lot of people going that avenue and they want to know how to just create more income for their family. So I want to switch more and do more of just entrepreneur type businesses that people can set up for themselves and create and let it kind of take off and then spend little effort into those things and be able to open up more avenues of income to come in so that you can get away from that active income job or that job that you're working for somebody else, that you can work for yourself and you can make your own time. You can make your own hours. I make my own hours and it feels wonderful. You know, vending is just another thing on the side that creates an extra side of source of income. And it also gives me YouTube videos. So that's another great aspect of it. Let's see what we have over here. All right, I believe I'm all caught up. I've been on here for over 2 hours now, and I'm getting ready to get off of here. I thank y'all for coming on here and sharing this time with me tonight. Um, Always awesome to see y'all come in here. Y'all do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button before we get off of here. I appreciate it very much. It helps YouTube to boost my channel up and to recommend it to more people. So it's a way that you can kind of help me out a little bit. And I try to help y'all out as much as I can to give you as much of my experience and my knowledge that I have in this business. So thanks a lot. I appreciate all the people who donated tonight. I got $60 on their donation. That's pretty cool. I never had that before. So thanks a lot. Thanks everybody for coming on. I appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful night.